2022. Yeah, guys. So, welcome to Queensland weather during winter, 20 to 24. And that's exactly what the weather has been like here in Victoria in May, the end of autumn. So if you've never been to Queensland, if you're from down here in Victoria or Tasmania, well, now you know. Now you know what it's like to be up there in winter. It's exactly like this. Blue skies, sunny, mostly wind still. Today's the perfect day, by the way. No wind, no cold, no clouds, no rain. Well, we need rain. We need a ton of rain, and they're getting a ton of it in Queensland right now. They've been getting a ton of rain since summer or spring. See, I'd rather have no rain than continuous rain for half the year. Yeah, but that's another topic. So, yeah, now you know what it's like to be there, and that's why a lot of Victorians and people from South Australia go to Queensland during winter. You know, old people, retired people. For this reason, guys, right? Victoria is depressing in winter. It's mostly cloudy, cold. It's like London. It's like being in London. Very depressing. I don't know how they can do it there for 10 months of the year. Here, at least, we get 6 months of this. At minimum 6 months of this. Up to 9 months, right? On the good years. So, today I want to share with you guys, I'm going to have my breakfast, white sapote, mandarin, and a couple of guavas that I just picked. Oh, this is what I picked this morning on my morning round. White sapote and mandarins, right? Let's just leave it here for now, so it's easier for me to film. I've been busy. We're going to show you what I've done. This is the beginning. May is the beginning of the winter maintenance season that runs from May to September. So thankfully it stretches over 5 months, and I don't have to do it in 5 days. Like, for example, if I was running a business, or someone was running a business, they would have to, what I'm going to do over the next 5 months, that company would have to do it in 5 days. Wow, forget about it. There's no way I could do all the work that's needed here in winter over 5 days. I mean, I could do it. It's physically possible. Of course it is. But I would be in bed for at least 2 weeks recovering. I would be so much in pain, aching, and all the rest of it. So, guys, I'm very thankful that I get to do it in over 5 months. So, this is the first job I started with this week, pruning the fig, which you've seen already, and I'm going to reduce it down to the bottom. Well, anytime over June, July, August. That doesn't. There's no. By the way, there's no priority or urgency for anything because it's winter. I'm talking about deciduous trees. There are evergreen trees we're pruning as well, which I have pruned, but most of them will be the deciduous, like figs, apples, jujube, persimmon. Here you go. I gave the persimmon a light trim. This is the fuyu, which hasn't fruited in 2 years. So I don't know what's up with him. And I did the mulberry. You know, the so-called dwarf mulberry. I brought him down to 2 meters. Down to 2 meters. Ideally, a dwarf tree should be no more than 2 meters, maximum. But guys, that's the base minimum. That's not a dwarf. That's not a dwarf tree. So I made a mess. As you can see, all the leaves here. Right? And I might rake these up and feed it to the trees, or just let it break down over the lawn. So these are some of the cuttings from the persimmon, which I fed to the pitanga tuba. The green sapote is getting some sun finally, full sun. right? This is the oldest green sapote I have, the one that's not very happy, but I mean, he's hanging in there. It's not like he's gonna die, but he likes a lot of water. And we're in a drought right now, right? We're in a drought. And it's very hard for me to keep the water up to him. It just runs off. Even though I made a very good berm. I think they call it a berm. It hasn't been working very well lately. So he's getting full sun now after being shaded by this mulberry for the whole summer. For the whole summer, guys. This green sapote wasn't getting any sun at all. So now, over winter, he will be. Oh, and the dragon fruit will be getting full sun now over winter also. Oh, and because of the jujube dropping all its leaves, I haven't finished pruning in here. I want to prune, like I pruned a little bit, right? Just a little bit. Because that was in my way here as I was walking by. It was sticking in my gut. You know, the obvious priority cuts I did. But I want to get in here and remove these two branches in the center. I don't like center branches. I like the center to be open. So these two are going next. Yeah, I don't have to do it, but I will. What else have I got to say? Guys, I've got a lot to say today. I'm going to try to move as fast as I can. The other thing is I haven't covered any of the tropicals yet, the sooks. No sooks have been covered yet. This is the wax jambu. A sook for the first 3 to 4 years. Then he's okay with our climate. He needs a frost cloth the first 3 years, 2 to 3 years. But look what he's doing with the minimum temperatures we've been having here in my neighborhood, not Melbourne City. I have to stress the difference between downtown Melbourne and the outer ring, outer suburbs. The outer metropolitan part of Melbourne is not the same as the Melbourne City. It's like Brisbane, right? Brisbane, for example, and Toowoomba are two different worlds. I don't know how far they are from each other. I'm guessing they're about 60 k's. Well, I'm 30 to 40 k's away from Melbourne. So the temperature here is much colder than Melbourne downtown, Melbourne CBD. Just like Toowoomba is much colder than Brisbane City. Look what he's been doing with the minimums of 4 to 6 Celsius, guys, at night. You heard right. We've been getting 4 to 6 Celsius every night. Look, he's pushing out new growth. What the heck? He's meant to be suffering. He's meant to be sooking. He's meant to be crying. Why is he pushing out new growth when the temperatures have been so cold at night? Huh? I'll tell you why. The reason, guys, is because of the maximums, the daytime temperatures. Usually in May, the average temperature in Melbourne, or where I am, is between 16 and 18. That's the average, 16 to 18. That's May. Guess what we've been getting instead? We've been getting 19 to 23. And you might say, oh, that's only 4 degrees. Those 4 degrees are what is causing this and this. Those 4 degrees, guys. Of course I would have wrapped him with a frost cloth by now. But why should I? He's having fun. All right, guys. So I'm just trying to show you the comparison between what should be happening and what is happening instead. All right. The other thing I did this week was I pruned the jabuticaba. This is the sabara, or small leaf. I gave it a nice manicure. Right? And this is, it looks short, but it's not. Don't be fooled. That's 2.6 meters. Yeah, almost 3 meters. So it's about 2.6, maybe 2.7 meters. It was touching 3 meters when I pruned it. It was up to here. It was up to there, right? So I just removed the top 20, 30 centimeters. And I gave him a shape, nice and round, right? So we did that. Over here you've seen the pink guava that's netted from the bats and the parrots. Right, there they are. That's what they want. See that one? It's ready. And oh, I picked a couple early. These were picked a bit early. That's still green. That's still green on one side and ripe on the other side. But I don't mind them a little unripe. This is the Hawaiian Supreme. I think it's called Hawaiian Supreme. Oops. What's that? I think I did that with my hand. And Tahitian lime. The first limes are falling. See how it's half green and half yellow? That's how we pick our limes, guys. We don't pick them green. We pick them green-yellow. I found a macadamia nut on the ground. I'm sure there's a lot more if I search, but I literally stepped on it, nearly tripped. Yeah, there's the cuttings from the jabbo. I put them into the pots of the ice cream bean seedlings. Right? See how I've put them in there? Yeah, so we'll get those later so I can talk. Yeah, I haven't cleaned this mess up yet. Still messy. And even though it's trying to flower, the jabuticaba is trying to flower, guys, it's too cold at night. The temperature at night, as I said, is between 4 and 6. There's no way. We're not in Cairns, guys. In Cairns, there's a couple of jabuticabas in the city park, and they flower and fruit in winter. You know why? The night temperatures in Cairns in May and June are 22. That's the maximum here. Melbourne's maximum temperature is the minimum temperature in Cairns. That's why the flowers are blooming in at the public park there in Edge Hill. It's called Edge Hill. Yeah, Edge Hill is another world away from where I am. So we have to wait until October, November, when the minimum temperatures here go above 10. Yeah, it needs a minimum of 10 at night to for the blooms to open. Not 4? 4? No way. We're going to the beach too. Oh yeah. Beautiful day. I trimmed the afurer mandarin because it was oh man, look at this. Look what I did. Look at that. What a massacre, huh? Actually, it was only a light trim. Don't be fooled by all this. This here is a light trim. Yeah, that's what a light trim looks like. When your tree is pushing vigorously. These come in late winter. So starting July all the way to February. Yeah, over half a year of pickings. And there's literally, guys, I'm not kidding you, there's literally 500 mandarins on this Murcott. And look, I've had to use bungee cords because I'm telling you, man, these branches here were like this, like that. Look, there's another bungee cord in there. So the problem, I got a lot of problems going on here with challenges. Too much fruit, too many bats. It's like from every angle. Problems that are good and problems that are bad. So, oh, and the other reason I use the bungee cord, see this bungee cord, the yellow one, is because all this side here was sitting on the dragon fruit. It was resting here on the dragon fruit. There it is. There's the last one in there. Haven't picked it yet. Couldn't see it. I couldn't even walk in here. I couldn't access. There was no access in there to the dragon fruit structure because all this here was resting on it. So it was a multi-purpose operation to save the dragon fruit and to clean up and lift up the branches that were going to town with fruit, and I nipped a little at the top because they were very high, guys, like almost 4 meters high. So that's why all that in there, and that took me almost an hour. All right, and in here I can see some mess that I haven't finished. See, look, I haven't even finished cleaning up the mess, guys. Look, one of the prunes I did. Yeah, and these are, look at the size of these mandarins that are going to be composted over winter. Yep, hang on. What a problem to have, huh? What a problem to have. Yeah, but someone's got to have it. I'm sure there's some more branches in here that fell that I didn't find or pick or sort. All right, next operation. Look at this. This is the black Shatut mulberry from Ross Creek Tropicals. And I only planted this a year and a bit ago. I gave it a major cut at the top. I took off half the tree. Half. From 4 meters. Actually, it was over 4 meters. Over 4 meters high. I brought it down to 2.2. The same as the dwarf mulberry. So I halved the tree in half. So that's going to be a nice feed. Why do I have so many mulberry trees? Well, you can see why. Should be able to work it out, guys. What else did I do this week? Actually, I did it all in 2 days. Oh, and I've been watering. Don't forget the water. We haven't had any rain. So I've been pruning, cutting, netting, and watering. Okay. You saw me mention the bougainvillea that I pruned. So that was another job I did as part of the winter maintenance schedule. Okay, that one out there, the big lemon tree. See that huge lemon? That's over 30 years old. That's another operation that's coming up. I don't know when. Maybe in June, maybe in July. Right? That's 4.5 meters high. Got to get up there, guys. Got to remove all those branches. It's loaded with lemons, at least 100 lemons, big ones. But they're green right now. They come in, they come over winter / early spring. Next, over here. Oh man. Yeah, guys, it's not just picking fruit. Let's go and pick some fruit and we're done. No, we're not done. Look, there's the mulberry. This is the dwarf mulberry that I pruned. Look how much I took off. And I fed it to the fuerte avocado. For real. For real, guys. Right? That's going to break down from now until summer. Just in time. Because I'm betting that this fuerte will fruit for us this spring. This is a biannual bearer. In other words, it takes off 1 year, sometimes 2, and then it goes to town with over 100 avocados. Last year, it skipped a year, right? That is 2024. But in 2023, guys, it had over 50. So I'm guessing, or I'm betting, that in 2025, it's going to have 100. And guess what, if it does? Look what it's got to eat. It's got all this to eat. All this. I haven't done the left side, only the right side. Yeah. So that's what's happening, guys. And yeah, there's that lemon tree again. Basically, I need to bring it halfway down, like the other trees. I've got to remove all that up there. It's a big job. Bear in mind, this is a thorned lemon tree with thorns. Not ideal for working on. Not the ideal tree, but it's got to be done. I got to work on these bananas because there's just way too many pups. I got to remove or thin the pups out Starting with this little one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, at least 10 pups have to go. And maybe 1, 2, 3 teenagers, right? Mid-sized bananas have to go. Yeah. And there's the Beanley mulberry, which also needs to be thinned out or trimmed, right? This one I do like 3 times a year. It's getting crowded in here. Lemon, mulberry, bananas, avocado, and here's the black sapote, grafted black sapote, the Tahitian. Yeah, it's very crowded. I want him to get more sun, more this black sapote. I wanted to get more of everything. It was being shaded by all the bananas, the banana leaves. See how I've already cut that one? And I've cut that one, and I've cut that one. Because those 3 leaves were sitting on the black sapote. They were sitting on it. So there's one of them, which I fed to the mango. There you are. See that? So guys, it might look like it's a problem, but I'm getting rewarded. Not me. The plants are getting rewarded every time I do what needs to be done. It goes back to the ground. Look, the bougainvillea there. This canistel that died over summer because I didn't cover it from the sun. Looks like it's dead. Yeah, I'm gonna put something else here. Maybe another mango in spring. Not sure. There's more of those banana leaves. There's a rogue freak canistel which survived winter last year unprotected. Well, unprotected with my help, but protected with the overhead trees here, right? That little pipsqueak in there. Hang on. Where is he? Him. He seems to survive in winter. I gave him a banana leaf too for it to break down. I gave one to the yellow jabuticaba. See the banana leaf? That's how we do it, guys. Okay. I trimmed the Jerusalem artichoke. Remember I said these were going to get cut? Well, cut they were. And now, because of that, let me step back. Because of that cut of the artichoke plants, you can see the ice cream bean that I put here a year ago. It's already 2.2 meters, 2.3, and behind it is a white Shatut mulberry that I planted also a year ago, about a year and a half ago, right? As a secondary white Shatut, because I might remove the one in the front. But whichever way you look at it, guys, whichever way you look at it with mulberries, they're good chop and drop. Look at the size of the leaves, huh? These are tropical sized leaves. Massive. Thank you very much. Gulp, gulp, gulp. Gulp. Yeah, they're great. Now, the berries, yeah, they're good too if you can get some. Okay, here, yesterday I started the operation on this 30-year-old mandarin tree, and I stopped halfway because I got really tired. Yeah, guys, I got tired. It's exhausting. Pruning the tree in half. See the top half that's still undone? Let me go around the other way. There you go. See the cuttings? Oh, they're falling in here. I haven't been out here to clean up this mandarin. And here you can see, from the side I'll go. Okay, you can see that half of the tree wasn't done. That's remaining. I've got to cut all that off. And this side is done. Well, there's a lot of branches that fell and weren't picked off there, so they've got to come off too. So I did exactly half the tree. Then I got to prune this mulberry for the 4th time. The Angela, yeah, continuous pruning, continuous mulch, continuous free fertilizer. I'm thinking about removing the Rocoto altogether. I haven't fully decided yet. Look, the kaffir limes. I don't know if I'm going to prune this. It's crazy, 5 meters high. I got to remove a couple of these big boys. This one here, the banana, because that's leaning over the fence. Once that gets a bunch, it's going to fall over onto my neighbor's fence. So I have to cut that off. That is, cut it at the base. Still waiting for those bloody bananas. They're just not turning yellow, even though we've had a lot of warm weather. Damn it. The Rollinia, I gave it some Epsom salts the other day, as was suggested by one of the viewers. Still waiting to see, what do you call it, a result or a change. There's a bug there. What kind of bug is that? It doesn't look very nice. Is that a friendly bug? What kind of bug is he? Oh, it's windy. I'm not shaking, the leaf's shaking. Yeah. So, what else? I'm gonna remove that banana. That also is hanging over my neighbor's fence. Yeah, guys, got a lot to do over the next 4 months. We've got a blossom here, but that's been held by the bungee cord. I'm gonna remove this pup as well. So this pup is going and that pup is going. These two, yeah, they're going. They're gonna go to the land of mulch. Okay, what else? There's that Angela again. I'm just gonna give that a light trim. Take off about a meter. Look, that's the apricot that I butchered back in early April. I'm still letting this decompose. This guy here, right? We're waiting to see if it's gonna fruit in spring. Look at that, how it's come back already, guys. Even though it's a deciduous tree, it's still coming back with new life at the end of fall. Look, right? But that doesn't mean anything. I want to see flowers and fruit, because I've already bought a backup in case he says stuff you. I'm going to say stuff you back and get rid of him. What else? What else have I done? Let me just pause and think, because it's all scattered. Like the garden is scattered, my mind is scattered too, with all the work that needs to be done. Okay, here, this is the side of the property. I did the jasmine back in March with that new tool, so that's not going to need any pruning till the end of winter. Probably have to redo this again in August. Everyone freaked out when I showed them the result of the hedge trim. Everything was dead. Guys, look at this vigorous hedge. Doesn't look dead anymore, does it? Guys, I've been pruning this for 20 years. I know what I'm doing. It always comes back, no problem. Still waiting to see the first red Dakar flower. It should be coming any moment. I've lost count of how many leaves have pushed out. Another one of the mangoes looking pretty happy. Always checking to see any frost damage, because we have had the most lightest of frosts. Very, very, very light. It's going to be a bit of a challenge because these stakes don't work any longer for him. I need to replace them with taller stakes, guys. Yeah. So thankfully we've had a crazy autumn. Okay, now this orange tree needs to be brought down halfway also, sometime over winter. Major operation. And this brown turkey fig needs to be butchered down to the stump once I've taken the last figs and taken the net off. Yep. So that's going to be a major job too. One job here, one job here. A lot of work for one guy, one old guy, right? Okay, but remember, I'm not doing this over 5 days. Can you imagine doing all of this in 5 days? Oh my God. I also have to trim this apple. This is my first ever apple tree, the Jonathan I planted 25 years ago. I started cutting a few branches. Got to go in here and remove all the branches in the middle. That's a small job. That's easy. I'm gonna do the jujube, the chico. Give this a good prune, as I said before, starting with those 2 branches in there. Give the pomelo there a light trim. What else? What else? I think we're done back here. Yeah, the macadamia nut tree, that needs to be pruned. I've been saying it for 2 years, but it really needs that center branch there to be removed. It's getting too tall. It's hit 5 meters now. It's over 5 meters, so that needs to be done. All right, let's go to the front yard quickly. Yeah. Thankfully, I have 5 months to do all this. Can you imagine? Oh man, that wouldn't be fun. 5 days? Torture. Oh, I need to get this bay leaf, 25-year-old bay leaf tree pruned as well. It's at 6 meters. That needs to be brought down to 3 meters. In other words, half the tree has to go. The top half. Bay leaf, laurel. The laurel tree, guys. Yeah, another big job, that one. That's a chainsaw. All right, what do we got to do here? In the front, it's not as bad. Not as bad. Oh, someone's picked one of the feijoas. Nasty bugger. Oh, he did a fine job. That was definitely a parrot. Oh yeah. I was out here 20 minutes ago, and this wasn't here. So in 20 minutes, this is what can happen. Okay, I've already pruned the white shatut mulberry. It's gonna need another prune though by the end of winter. I've pruned the apricot. I did that in early autumn. What else? Of course, the white sapotes always need to be pruned. I'm gonna do this after all the fruit's gone in June. The Vernon's going crazy. The Vernon white sapote and the Hawaiian Supreme white sapotes, those 2 trees need to be butchered big time. As does the Wilson. Yeah, all of them. I need to trim this carob again. Just a light trim. That's 5 minutes. That's easy. So some of them are 5 minutes and some of them are 1 hour. We did the 2, actually 3 10-year-old plum trees, 1, 2 and 3 back there. We already did those in summer, at the end of summer, and as you can see, they've come back. Of course, you can't kill these trees, guys. You can't kill them. All right, so as you can see, I haven't covered anything yet. The mango is uncovered, the mamey is uncovered, the sapodilla is uncovered, and the canistel is uncovered. Can you see why I did what I did with the plum? The plum. Why did I go and butcher the plum tree, they asked me. Such beautiful trees. This one and that one. Well, guys, now I can show you why. So the tropicals, this is also a plum. So the tropicals can get sun in winter. That's why. These guys, these need sun in winter. Well, Melbourne sun, not Darwin sun. We're not talking about Darwin, guys. Melbourne sun, which is very... Hang on, I'll show you what it's like. Hang on. Hi, guys. So gentle and soft. So gentle and soft. It's not burning at all. If I was in Darwin right now, it's like being torched to death. Even in winter, in Darwin, it's 33 degrees. Can you imagine 33 degrees and full sun? I don't think the the R2E2 would like that. So yeah, up there you have to cover these in winter. Not here. It's so gentle. Very, very gentle sun, guys. But everyone's not going to agree with that. The sun phobics, sun phobia, people that are afraid of the sun no matter what. Well, I haven't got much to say to them. I've already said what I've said regarding the health benefits of the sun. So we're not going to go over that again. Okay, so the Hicks Fancy Mulberry. This is another great chop and drop. Look how it came back. And mind you, I butchered this tree more than any other tree. He got zero empathy. Look at him. He's like 2.5 meters tall. And it's like, what prune? Did you prune this? I sure did. I sure did, guys. Trust me, I butchered the heck out of it. And now he's 2.5 meters tall in 3 months. I told you that would happen. But I don't like how he's blocking all the sun, because the sun's over there. The sun's over here, guys. I don't like how he's blocking the sun from this sun-loving Atemoya. The Pink's Mammoth is not getting any sun. Not 1 minute of sun at all in winter. In summer, he'll get some sun from over this mulberry, as long as I keep him pruned. Not if he goes up there. If he goes up there, he won't allow any sun, even in summer. Oh my gosh, who's this? It looks like a movie star. Oh my gosh, are you a movie star?
I'm ready to go to the beach, please.
Yeah, we're going to go to the beach after this video. I'm almost done. Thanks for being patient. Kim has been yelling and screaming to wrap it up. Guys, I can go on forever. This was meant to be a 15-minute video, and where are we up to? 37 minutes. Dang. All right, let's move it real quick. Yeah, we're going to the beach again, guys, at the end of May. With, as I told you, look, hang on, look at the temperature. Where are we? 21, 22, 21, 22. And it's going to get to 23 in about an hour or two. All right, so let's move quickly. I don't see anything else that I'm going to have to do something with these bananas, especially that one there that's hanging over my neighbor's fence. And I'm going to have to remove that pup there. This one, because that's starting to lean over. Anything that's leaning over has to go on the fence side. And I have to clean up the pups in here. There's a lot of pups that are coming up along the fence. They have to go. And the same on that fence there with that neighbor is getting a lot of pups coming up. I've got to move fast now. She's looking at me with her arms crossed. There she is. Hey, dude. My sidekick. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, so I think that's it, guys. I can't think of anything else. Look, I haven't covered the mangoes. Nothing's covered. 21 to 23 Celsius all May. Well, the first half of May. And the papayas. There's no frost damage at all. Zero on anything. Okay, guys. You know what to do. Give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. I'm sure I forgot something, because when I feel rushed, I always forget. These are the Mexican cream guavas that are coming at the end of winter. So we're getting the tropical guavas from autumn all the way to the end of spring, which is awesome. From April to November. So all year except for summer. We don't get tropical guavas in summer, which is fantastic, because that means no fruit fly. Okay, oh, check out the Florigon. The Florigon wants to flower. He's nuts. Good luck with that, dude. All right, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And we'll see you again from the next video here at Fruitopia in Melbourne, Australia. Oh yeah, I also have to trim this callistemon tree at least twice a year. Look how beautiful it is, right? And this umbrella tree. Have to give that a trim. Yeah, a little bit of here and a little bit there of everything. Trim the passion fruit, trim this cherry guava, cut it in half because I don't want it to be that tall anymore. The Hawaiian Supreme white sapote. It's a massive tree now, the same as the Vernon, as I said. I want to see this Bowen mango get big, like these white sapotes. He's at 2.5 meters. No protection for him this winter. He's on his own. Just like the other KP that's in the driveway there. I didn't cover him last year and he did bloody fantastic. He even fruited. Yep. All right. Oh, wow. Check out this black sapote seedling. The new one that I put in a year ago. He's almost as tall as me. Almost. He's touching my nose. Let's have a look. Let's confirm. You touching my nose? Yeah, he is. Pretty awesome, huh? In 1 year. All right, guys. Take care. Have a great autumn wherever you are. Yeah, so now you got to experience Queensland's winter climate if you've never been there. And now you know why we go there in winter, right? It's like this. June, July and August, exactly like this. The most perfect weather. Not hot and not cold.